Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of The Witcher 3. We're what, like 25 episodes into The Witcher 3? And still right there, I wanted to say Horizon Zero Dawn. Still not. But, oh well. Anywho, we are now back at the Rosemary and Thyme, and we're gonna go talk to Dandelion.
Is it truly what you want? To be a purveyor of cheap whores and watered down wine?
Something unusual.
I can't control what I inherit.
But you can control what you do with it.
I know, which is exactly why I'm considering.
You're always considering. If it's not one thing, it's another. Let me know when you finally decide.
Got a big dump brewing.
Ladies. Oh, hey, Priscilla. How's it going?
I have the strength, Geralt. Perhaps you can talk some sense into him.
Nope. It is Dandelion we're talking about.
What was that about?
She spat in my face. Or might as well have. Called me a whoremonger and a witless hack. Can you imagine? Wit is my forte.
Gotta say, Priscilla's really growing on me.
Save it.
And why don't you save your pouting? Prove to her she's wrong.
Exactly what I plan to do. I've always dreamed of having my own cabaret. A bit of paint and plaster, and this place will do splendidly. Just one hitch. I need coin. So, if you happen to get a break between drowners and ekamajigs, maybe you can help an old friend out.
Why a cabaret?
Where do you get this cabaret idea?
It's been a dream for years. Ever since we went to see one in Oxenford. Remember? The dancer hanging from the chandelier? And once she was completely downside up, she called you over and...
I remember.
I don't.
How could you forget? And this place will be even better, I promise. That is, of course, if I can scrounge together the funds for some remodeling.
Can I give you money?
How much do you need? Maybe I can lend you the coin.
Thank you, Geralt, but I refuse to take a single crown from you. You know what they say. Fastest way to lose a friend's to loan him some coin. But a favor? That's different.
What kind of favor?
I dated this girl once, Sophronia. That's a name if you can believe it. Has a merchant for a father, importer of spices from Zerrikania. And Daddy Dear would never refuse his daughter Dear a thing. We can borrow the coin from her.
Doesn't
Name
actually,
rings a
but...
bell. Isn't this the woman you abandoned without saying a word? Stepped out for a bottle of wine, never to return?
Maybe I do.
Well, I bought that wine for a reason.
Long time ago, that.
Been away a while, sure. Which is why I need to draw on your authority. You've got some, you know. No matter what you might think.
Okay, what do you want me to do?
Fine. Tell me what you want. Got a feeling you've a plan all cooked up.
Sophronia could still be holding a grudge after our unfortunate parting.
That would be an understatement, I bet.
But with a touch of help from you, I know she'll forgive me. And then give me that loan.
What's this help entail?
First of all, we need to borrow a dull sword from Madame Arena, one of her props. You know, the kind they use during performances? Get that, then meet me outside Sophronia's house.
And do what?
Let's say I agree and go see Madame Arena. What'll you be doing in the meantime?
Something I have to finish. But I promise I'll do it before you come back with the sword. Then I'll tell you the rest.
Fine.
Fine, but
Geralt, the only butts in this plan will be the ones filling my seats. It'll work, you'll see. Get the sword from Madame Arena and meet me outside Sophronia's at sunset.
Oh, man,
Ladies, how is it going?
Floppy diddly. Don't know how to give you coin.
Hello to you, too.
what's he schemed up this time?
was it happened to fall to stay in that state of mind? Understand?
It's 3-4. It's so bright for it being 4 in the morning.
So, how do you go with this thing? I was thinking about one, you know.
Like, this honestly feels like it's closer to like 7. Oh, I passed by it, but kick the door in. What up? Geralt's here.
Wars. Ah, so good to see you.
So yeah,
You and Dudu know each other well?
Yes, though he's never told me much about himself. He was a merchant once?
Dudu always had a penchant for enterprise. Probably too honest to succeed in Novigrad, though.
Precisely. I've told him countless times that no matter how many times he changes his appearance, the good in him will always emerge. Bloodthirsty tyrants and vicious assassins. He played them so poorly. That must be why. Whereas he always made for an excellent trusted servant or ghost of the old king.
Got a request. Need to borrow one of your props. One of the swords you use for stage battles.
My, whatever do you need that for?
not a
I
clue.
don't know, but Dandelion claims it's essential.
Oh, yes. I suspected Master Dandelion might have a hand in this. I certainly hope you don't aim to compete with me.
Thanks. I'll try not to damage it. So long.
Just look at
What's up?
As they say,
I do get a little twitchy with the mouse sometimes, which I can see making people not happy. 'Cause I know I've seen it before, where when people start to like really flick perception around. It happened to me when I was watching somebody play Banjo-Tooie, and because of how weird first person is in that, I did actually start to get a little sick, which is weird because I don't get motion. Oh.
Ah, finally made it. Listen, here's the plan. Sophronia loves adventure-filled romance novels. I can be a hero in her eyes if I can just save her from a bandit. I'll have her eating out of my hand, and there's no way she'll begrudge me that loan.
Huh?
Want me to be the bandit?
Knew you'd see the sense in it right away.
That's it.
Are you serious? That's your brilliant plan?
I never called it brilliant, but any kind of plan is better than none.
I mean, sure.
Written your lines already,
You've written what?
so you know what to say during the performance. Here, and your mask. Put it on. Sophronia can't recognize you.
But
No time. Sophronia's coming. Stick to the plan. We'll meet at the Rosemary in the morning.
Hark.
stop right there.
What is this? Help! Save me!
Not your lucky day, miss. Hand me your purse, now.
Not so fast. Drop your sword, scoundrel. This is your first and last warning.
Dandelion!
'Tis I, though the scum of the city call me the Crimson Avenger.
No, not the Crimson Avenger.
Silence, vermin! You shall regret the day you were born. You're better than I thought.
Oh no. Ow. Oh.
The Crimson Avenger triumphs again.
My hair! Are you well?
One blow struck true. Another scar for my collection.
Come inside. I shall bandage you up. Be gone, vile bandit, or the Crimson Avenger will beat you senseless!
Oh no. Also, part of the outfit is like through my ass.
1 million debits and 1 million credits. Wow, that makes 2 million.
Not sure how that happened, but it happened.
You're a bigger rat picker. Let us begin.
Alright, everyone's fucking freaking out.
No loitering round here. Double shows.
Old man Newman left Danians. As long as they pay, give me
It's the
nothing.
morning, so
Zoltan.
Get out.
bye.
Nice talking to you, Zoltan. See you later.
My shit fixed now? Okay. I mean, it's the morning, so... Guess I can't do anything until tomorrow morning? What? I guess, I mean, I could do... Just meditate. Okay. Sure. That. No.
What are you doing? Not enough time already. Just hopped out for a smoke. You still arguing? Seems like can't.
There's been a misunderstanding. You're here too early.
We agreed to meet today, so we've come today. Supplies are all hauled in and the crew's raring to work. We'll start just as soon as our lovely directress gets round to deciding on the decoration.
But Dandelion doesn't even have the coin to pay you.
Turns out he does now, or soon will. At any rate, he's working on it.
See, it's all peachy. So will you finally decide what style you want for this interior?
What are our choices?
What are our choices?
Master Dandelion said he was torn between boudoir style and theatre decor. Promised to let us know his choice soon as we arrived. Now we're here, but no decision's been made. And the lady's horribly surprised she's to choose. Though apparently this whole renovation's for her sake.
For me?
Well, it's not for me. Now, would you please decide where I bust a vessel?
I've no idea what Dandelion would like. Get out. You've known him longer. Say something.
I mean, technically, yes. Sure.
You're both stage artists, and cabaret's a form of theater. Interior should reflect that.
A wonderful choice it is. At last. Gentlemen, you're done lollygagging. Get to work.
Well, well. Guess this cabaret's the real thing.
Ever since Dandelion inherited this place, he's talked about it constantly. I just never expected him to take action. And so quickly.
Who knows? Might even settle down now. I'll have to keep an eye on the business. Who would have known?
Despite what people say about him, Dandelion approaches life very rationally.
Well, sure.
True enough. Adheres to the principle that a life enjoyed is a life well lived.
You needn't mock.
I'm not. I mean that. Nothing wrong with the principle. Dandelion just knows how to enjoy life. It's a good thing.
Dandelion can also be responsible. He always pays anyone who works for him on time, and he's never missed a performance.
Sure hope your opening won't be the first. He's still not here.
Well, he said as soon as he got the coin, he'd go see Polly, our choreographer. She's missed the last few rehearsals. I certainly hope he's not gotten into trouble.
Anything's possible with Dandelion. Let me see if I can't find him.
Dark in here now. Oh, because it's fucking dark out. So it was like 4 in the morning the last time I was out here, and it was super bright. It's now 9:30 in the morning. Granted, it's raining, but it's significantly darker.
Move on. Temple guard let even you.
Alright, where's Dandelion?
Oh!
What's the ruckus about?
Polly and her half-brained fiancé. They're fighting. She's the only one in this town who knows anything about choreography, and that lummox won't let her work for me. Hold on. What are you doing here? We were gonna meet at the Rosemary.
We were, but you didn't show. Priscilla started to worry, so I came to see how you were doing.
Priscilla started worrying about me? That's so nice.
Less for her than for you, I'm sure. So let's get back.
Did you not hear what's going on in there? We've gotta help Polly. Why do beautiful women always end up with such dicks?
No idea. Stand back. I'll break the door down.
Wait, do we have to destroy her house? She keeps a spare key around here somewhere.
How would you know she keeps a spare key around here?
It's not as if we started working together yesterday. Before Polly joined forces with Hubio,
You'd visit her? Often?
I'd hide out here while Priscilla and Polly rehearsed at the Rosemary and Thyme. They worked on the dance numbers I composed.
So, Polly's not one of your...
I never mix business and pleasure.
The one exception being Priscilla.
Who you were just saying is worried about us. So enough of the chatter and start looking.
Alright.
Fine. Let's find the key.
Find anything?
Not here.
One drink, all I had.
Guess it's somewhere over here.
Rains these days.
Not here. Ah, the key.
Now where would she
Oh,
Whoa! What the devil's this? Get out of my house!
Watch it, and leave the woman alone.
What the... She's my betrothed.
But I'm not your property.
I love her. I'll not let her sway her ass in his brothel.
Whoa, slow down there a minute. This is clearly one gigantic misunderstanding. One I can clear up in the blink of an eye.
Shove your excuses up your ass. Sod off, or I'll split your skull.
My friend asked you nicely, so please be courteous in return and hear him out, or we'll settle this another way.
All right, talk.
Hubio, right? Polly's told me so much about you. She said you're erudite and have an open mind.
You said that? Well, there's a truth to it. My mind's the open salt, but its open saltedness ends when my betrothed starts wagging her ass around brothels. Get out of here, both of yous. Polly's not going anywhere.
Let him finish. There's no brothel involved.
You see, friend, Geralt just hit the nail on the head. For what you have there is the old publicity placard.
Old?
Very. From a time when my establishment was under different management. I, however, would never let any indecency take place in my cabaret. My very reputation precludes it.
So, what's all this about?
Your betrothed is a first-class artiste, and I want to offer her a position worthy of her talents. She's to be my choreographer, and that in turn means she'll receive a share of the proceeds from every performance she choreographs.
You mean to say... coin?
And fame. No flirting required. You have my word.
Suppose... in that case...
I knew you'd agree.
She gets paid.
It's settled then. See you at the Rosemary, Polly.
Well, I'm off.
I'll catch up to you. Whew. Never expected that to go so well.
You handled it well, Dandelion. Man was body in your hands once you called him erudite.
In negotiation, as in combat, the key is to find your opponent's weak spot and exploit it to the hilt.
So, time to head back?
I've still got to stop by Rotlick's. Commissioned some new placards from him a while ago, but Hubio came across the old version. Plowing artists got some serious explaining to do.
Who's Rodlick?
Never heard of him? Hank Rotlick, famous portrait artist?
Commissioned a portrait artist to paint your placards?
Henry's an old friend, needed the coin. And I decided we needed new placards to promote the opening performance. Seats won't fill themselves, you know.
I'll go see Rotlick. You head back to the Rosemary, or Priscilla will have my head.
Really? You'd go?
Sure.
No, said that for the hell of it. Tell me where he lives.
Portside.
See you soon.
Good explanation. He lives portside.
Rain again. Damn mages. The right cabin.
Also, fuck you for calling me a freak.
Double shows.
Ow!
You're fine. Hey. One.
Looking for Rodlick.
You ain't alone. Damn halfling's in debt to half the city, but I'm here to scrape mine before the carcass is picked clean.
There's not enough for everyone, so bugger off. Feeding time's first come, first served.
Just want some placards.
Take what you want. I'm just here for some placards.
You deaf? Didn't you hear me? This is all mine now. Fuck off, freak.
And here I thought we'd resolve this peacefully.
You'll regret this, mutant.
I tried to dodge there. I didn't. I guess I didn't hit it in time. Uh-oh. Yep. I dodged it into him and he didn't change direction.
How much Rotlick owes you, but everything in this house is mine. Want to get something back? Try the Vagelbud estate. Rotlick's losing his last crowns at the races, I wager. Now get the hell out of here.
I fucked up. Alright.
It's clear as the eternal fire.
Down to the left. Now that I lost that fight, now I get to go down to here.
Into the lead. Well, Rotlick, seems you're a considerable sum in the...
You Rotlick?
Henri Rotlick, artist, painter, debtor, and martyr to my art, at your service.
Dandelion sent me.
Oh, yes. Tell him his placards are done and safely hidden away, yet, alas, I cannot fetch them, as a group of angry creditors has seized my home.
Yep, met them.
Think I might have run into one of them.
Then you know my predicament. And now, Count de Louverton has offered me the chance to win it all back. I'm to wager on a race.
Generous. Not just anybody could afford to do that.
De Louverton is not just anybody. He's Duke Sam's youngest son. Sam of the well-known family of gem dealers. One debt more or less makes little difference to him.
What's there to worry about? This is your chance to settle up, get a clean slate.
We've had a spell of bad luck lately. Should I agree to de Louverton's offer and lose, I shall be in bondage to him for all time.
Fucking here. Here's some money.
Let me pay off your debt. No strings attached.
Thank you. I never expected this. May I ask to what I owe this generosity?
Let's just say I like to do a good deed from time to time. Can we get those placards now?
I'll bring them to the Rosemary and Thyme, just as soon as I settle my obligations.
Fine. See you there.
Very well.
Jesus.
But what about the trade we do with the Empire? We shall lose our shares in the maritime companies. Such are the times, my good fellow.
You agree?
Yeah, I had enough money. Like, look at that. For 200, I'm like, yeah, fine. Unless that was like out of here. But I don't think it was. I think that was all crowns.
She cast no spells. On my honor.
An elf's honor worth less than a man's shit.
Hi. That was okay.
Happiness will come to
Chameleon.
We start in G major, and
I've told you, the piece is sad, melancholy. It needs a minor key.
but I wanted
To ruin everything. We'll start in E minor.
Well, well. See, the crew's been hard at work. Not bad.
I love it, especially the accoutrements on the wall. What about Rotlick? Did you get the placards?
Rotlick said he'd bring them on his own. Should be here soon.
Great! The best way I can think of to promote the chameleon.
What about choreography? Prepared anything special for the opening?
We haven't. But Polly has. She's priceless. Came in and brought the girls in line before I could say knickers. Premiere will have the audience on their feet, on their knees, both at the same time.
Not how that works.
Never mentioned wanting to change the name.
Rosemary and Thyme wasn't all bad, but it conjured images of Temerian cuisine served by waitresses in peasant garb. Chameleon's a lot better for a cabaret, apart from which it emphasizes that the place has undergone a transformation. Just a better ring to it all round.
I'm good with it. It's a good name.
Guess everything's ready. So when's the opening?
Soon. We start our dress rehearsal in an hour. I just need to nip back home for my dress.
Thanks for everything.
Don't mention it.
Oh, well, hello,
Seems my cabaret
Phoenix
dreams
TV.
are about to come true.
How's it going?
So, around to celebrate? I'm buying.
There can only be one Phoenix. How you doing? Hell yeah, gladly.
Why not?
That's my boy.
Thank you for that follow, Phoenix
The
TV.
foreman mentioned he saw you and Priscilla talking.
He's all right.
This is the first time going through Witcher 3 for me, so
Say anything about me?
we're getting some shit. Yes.
She said something that made me think she's not entirely normal.
What?
That you're responsible.
I like
got
what
your
this
feet
game is
planted
giving.
firmly on the ground.
It's just overwhelming at
Pulling my
times.
leg.
Not this time.
Oh, Dandelion. Yes, I know I'm
One
saying it
thing's eating
incorrectly,
me.
but I'm saying it for the
How you managed
funnies.
to get the loan from Sophronia.
Oh, wasn't easy. She got so excited about our performance, I had to read to her for 4 hours. 4 hours from the Cloak and the Dagger.
You mean you didn't...
Yeah, I never played 1
Are
and
you
2.
crazy?
So,
Who do you think I am?
and I'm also missing a lot of the story from 1 and 2 because there's a lot of things that are brought up in 3, and I'm like, I don't know what, who or what.
She's late, of course. She
Oh.
knew how important this night was to me.
Of course
She's topless.
Probably just making herself gorgeous. Takes time anyway.
So it's true. A woman's vanity knows no bounds.
Master Dandelion! Priscilla, she's
what?
Speak, man.
She's badly, been attacked. They took her to Vulmerius Hospital.
Yeah, that wasn't expected at all.
She's hurt? Geralt, come with me, please.
Of course. Let's go.
Time to get my murders on.
Gods. Priscilla. Is she gonna live?
Well, I'd say that's certain. Her condition's critical but stable. Beg your pardon, but you are a relative?
Relative?
She got fucked
No,
up.
a friend. A very close friend.
Dandelion, correct? She uttered the name in her few moments of lucidity. I am Joachim von Gratz, head of surgery. Until recently, a lecturer at Oxenfurt Academy.
Enough of the courtesies. What are her injuries, besides her eye?
A concussion, cranial swelling, incision into her larynx, and scalding inside the throat and esophagus. Clearly someone forced her to imbibe a caustic fluid.
Also, fuck.
So this was no ordinary attack, no robbery.
Clearly not. It was the act of a demented mind, and not its first.
How can you know that?
I've seen wounds like this. They're not the kind one would forget, don't you agree? In fact, just this week a corpse turned up in the morgue with similar injuries. And no heart.
No heart? You mean that might have happened to Priscilla? Is someone looking into this?
This is Novigrad. Only the innocent burn here.
Geralt, I know I owe you 100 times over, but I need to ask you another favor. Find the bastard who did this. Find him and kill him.
Don't need any convincing.
Quickly or painfully?
Come on, Dandelion. Let's think about what we can do.
I would suggest examining the previous victim's corpse. It has yet to be autopsied. Doing so,
yeah, I'm thinking painfully as well.
Provide some clues. No need to look astonished, gentlemen. As a surgeon, I know the importance of preventive medicine. Rather than wait for this maniac to strike again, I'd prefer to excise him. Not unlike a tumor.
You know, I like this guy too.
But this tumor's not gonna sit there, wait to be excised. Appreciate the help, but I doubt you know what you're getting yourself into.
I know perfectly well, and I assure you I can take care of myself.
Easy assurance to make, harder to back up, especially if you've spent your whole life wielding a scalpel, not a sword.
Look at this scar. Don't be shy. Any idea what leaves such a mark?
A flail. Morning star, maybe.
What do you think? A blow sustained at the operating table? No? Let me repeat. I know what I'm doing, and I wish to help.
Think they'll let me into the morgue?
God.
The main entrance? Certainly not. But you can also get inside through the sewers.
The sewers?
Like even just the...
Travel them often, Doctor?
The physical harm
required for
is a lot.
The pursuit of preventive
and then you throw in the fact that she basically drank acid.
Aggressive
or was forced to drink acid.
Interesting.
Like,
we can discuss this en route. Are you ready?
Fuck yeah, let's go.
Mm-hmm. Ready and intrigued. I'll get whoever did this, Dandelion. Even if it's Hierarch Hemmelfart himself.
Hemmelfart.
Thanks.
You lead.
Time to get my murder. Oh, we spend so much time in the fucking sewers.
What's that about?
Think. Sewing up young victims. Hear that?
Been hearing it for a while. Draw your weapon.
What's up? Alright, should probably oil up. Good plan to do. Age. I am too, to an extent. Apparently I didn't have a sword equipped, a steel sword, which might have been why I was only doing fisticuffs earlier. What the fuck is this? Wait, why do I have this? Yeah, that's true. I mean, I'm glad I at least got the saddlebags here to give me more inventory space. Because, like, this would be already getting close to what I can and can't hold. Right. And I mean, it's not bad, necessarily. I'm not at a point where I'm like, fuck, this is all I can't do anything with this. But there's a lot of times where I'm ending up having to drop a bunch of shit. I will have to say too, part of the stuff that I don't like about this game is, and I know I can rebind it. I'm very aware of that. I just haven't because now I'm more used to it. Is the key bindings. Like the controls feel wonky to me, but I've eventually gotten used to it. I think right. Boiling up.
What now, you piece of...
So would you say, based on opinion,
straight, no sugarcoating.
since this is the PC game, is it more beneficial for me to plug in a controller and play it, or is it something that I should continue to try and play with keyboard and mouse? Because it's one of those things where I'm like, I'm mostly used to it, but there's still some weirdness, especially with like pulling up this menu is backspace. Like that's so far away from where my hand normally sits. Oh. However, I do like being able to aim with the mouse. So, keeping that in mind too.
Take the ladder. This is the place. Come, the quicker we take care of this, the better.
Why? Got somewhere to be?
Someone might disturb us. The coroner, for example. Or Reverend Nathaniel Pastodi. Very well. We seek the corpse of a dwarven woodcarver.
All of this. Anything that seems like it'd be useful to have, I grab. Excuse me, thank you.
But of course. Yes? What is it?
Looks like necrophages got to this one.
Cool. Not helpful.
Human. Wrong body type.
Kick the gate in. Kick the door open. I am Geralt, hear me roar.
Calluses on the fingers, sawdust in the beard, clothes sticky with sap. Must be our dwarf.
Excellent. I trust you don't grow weak in the knees at the sight of blood.
Well, I'm a
Not
witcher.
a bit. Start the autopsy.
I might though. Oh dear. Straight to the genitals.
His genitals. We ought to inspect those.
I sincerely doubt they bear any relation to the matter.
Yeah, but why not? See.
We'll see. Pull down his trousers and... shit.
Syphilis, actually. Early stages. No sign of diffusion.
Think there could be a connection?
Nope.
Only as the killer's potential motivation.
See anything interesting on his legs?
His right foot. The ankle swollen. Toenails broken. He clearly kicked something very hard. Right before he kicked the bucket.
Doesn't strike me as the right time for jokes.
Apologies. We surgeons, we've a different sensibility.
Mm-hmm. And a different sense of humor. Look at his hands. These welts. Rope burns, right? He was tied up.
I'd expect so. No one could sit through such torture unless bound.
Speaking from experience?
Yes, that of a victim. Spent a year in the dungeons of Tretogor. Long story.
Some other time, maybe. See the callus? Our dwarf wore a ring, but someone took it off him. Let's examine his torso.
What have we here? Deep wound on the left side of his rib cage, and a scar the length of his stomach.
Open the abdominal cavity.
Due warning, it will stink of rot.
Once fought a Zoogle up to my waist in sewage, so I doubt... Wait. Smells not rot.
Formaldehyde. A medical novelty. Heavily diluted, it's remarkable at preserving organic tissue. In stronger proportions, it's more destructive than acid.
Explains why there's no smell of decay, and why his throat's scalded. Look at the scar. Wounds long and thin, an incision, but the edges are ragged.
Means nothing. Look, no swelling, no bruises. An old injury, perhaps an accident in the workplace.
Let's examine the chest wound. Yeah, heart carved out, wound cauterized.
Wait a minute, there's something else.
An egg from an amphibian. A salamander? Scorched but intact.
I attended some lectures in herpetology as a student. Afraid I don't recall any amphibians that would lay eggs in corpses. So either Professor Cochrane was deeply mistaken, or this is our murderer's doing.
Let's look at his head. Hair smells like it's burnt, like he was in a fire.
Notice anything else? That his eyes have been scooped out, for instance?
Scooped, fuck.
See this? Incision made into the voice box.
Indeed, so thin as to be nearly unnoticeable.
A small, extremely sharp instrument. Scalpel.
But why? The wound is too small to bleed, and there are signs of swelling. The murderer... I believe he performed a tracheotomy, so the victim wouldn't die too soon.
Let's examine the mouth. Burns, blisters.
Just like Priscilla's.
Those burn marks I see in his eye sockets.
Yes, and some grey dust. Ash, it seems, very fine.
Murderer gouged out his eyes, then put burning coals in the sockets.
So it seems. Looking at the wounds, it appears our woodcarver was still alive when it happened.
All right, think I know enough.
Enlighten me, please, because I've still no notion what this is about. What the motive might have been.
I guess ritual.
It's some kind of sick ritual. You saw it. Burns in the eye sockets, cavity where the heart should be, scalding liquid, all centering on warmth, heat, fire.
A fire eternal.
It's a lead worth following. Any idea what his name was?
Fabian Meyer.
Hi.
And I'm Hubert Reich, the coroner. I've come to perform the autopsy, but I see you've done it for me, Joachim. As always, you interfere where you're neither needed nor wanted. Drag others into trouble in the process. Who is this?
A student. Lifelong learner. Got a couple questions for you.
Very well, speak. But be quick. Reverend Nathaniel has come by for an inspection. He'll be here shortly.
You old friends?
Hubert taught me the rudiments of medicine. Long ago.
And not very well. You've still not mastered certain basic principles. For example, that a doctor's role is to treat the ill, not save the world.
You've not changed a bit.
A compliment?
No, a statement of fact. 30 years, and you've not changed a bit.
Woodcarver's body. Where was it found? It's important.
Plan to investigate? Exciting. He died in his workshop south of the market square, just beside the gate to Far Corners. That poor Trebirans was attacked there. City's abuzz about it. But the woodcarver, Eustace the corpse collector, brought us the body. You should speak to him. Saw him just around the corner near... Oh, greetings, Your Reverence.
Who are these people?
I believe I made it clear no one's to be allowed in under any circumstances.
You did, but they're friends of the deceased. Here to collect the body.
Out of the question. Show them out at once.
As your reverence wishes. Gentlemen, follow me. You shall leave via another route. Why do you cover for us? I was covering my own arse. If Reverend Nathaniel had learned someone had entered the morgue, then cut open a corpse without his permission, I'd be in deep trouble. But you didn't give that a thought, did you, Joachim? As ever. Well, while I don't approve of your willfulness, I also wish to see this murderer hang. So, should I learn anything new related to this case, I will let you know.
Thank you.
What a flashlight. This is the candle holder from hanging off of his chest.
Nathaniel, who is he?
A scoundrel, a rogue, like every man who wears the robes of the eternal fire.
Most are scoundrels before they ever put on the robes.
True in his case as well. Before he donned the frock, Nathaniel was a torturer, delighted especially in torturing women. Later, Hierarch Hemmelfart appointed him to oversee the morgue. He deals with the temple guard, supervises cremations, conducts funeral masses in the temple on the Isle, and so forth.
Dream job. Might have told me you know the coroner. We could have skipped the trip through the sewers.
I know him, thus I avoid him. I've said enough on the subject.
Don't aim to press you.
Thank you. I've nothing to hide. It's just an old wound, unhealed as yet. What will you do now?
Plenty of leads. Woodcarver's workshop, the corpse collector who found him, alley where Priscilla was attacked. Got work to do.
As do I. At the hospital. I must return there. But I shall keep my fingers crossed.
And I'll keep my eye on you.
Ooh, boy.
My dad doesn't like elves very much. Are you an elf?
Bunch of shit to go through now.
Ooh.
I've had enough of living. Bloody bandits! Can't go out in the streets no more.
There's Eustace.
You, Eustace, the corpse collector?
Aye? How'd you know?
Fourth sense, I think it is. You bring Fabian Meyer's body to the morgue?
Fabian. Oh, yeah, I remember. No ice, no art, one of them, right? No purse neither, as I recall.
One of them? So there have been other bodies like that?
Sure have. Beggars, street urchins, and street walkers. One wench so portly, I had to cut her into pieces to fit her in me wheelbarrow. Slippery sow, they called her, on account of her.
Some things are best left unsaid. What happened to the pieces?
What do you mean? Reverend Nathaniel ordered them burned. Every last one. Oh, shame that was.
Shame? Why? Actually, never mind. Another thing that's best left unsaid. You search Fabian's body?
Well, I cast an eye in his pockets. Made sure nothing went to waste.
I call a spade a spade. You rob corpses.
And I call a prick a prick. It's none of your fucking concern. What, you tax collector? Piss off, mutant.
I'd advise you not to anger me, or you'll get an inside tour of the crematory.
Touch me, the guards will be hiding your ass for you count of three.
To save a little shit like you? Doubt it.
They's clever lads, more cleverer than you. They know Eustace, know they want me on their side. 'Cause you'll all die one day, and then I'll decide where your body winds up. A grave, the crematorium, or elsewhere.
I'll be back.
We'll meet again.
Aye, when I load you into me wheelbarrow.
I'm betting there's more to this. That I should probably go to these places first, and then I'll have some more information to then go back to use this. At least that's the hope.
I bloody well told him not to stick his arse where he don't belong.
Right, there's... something else.
Help him pull bloke out.
Anyone home?
Be gone, or I'll sick me hounds on you. Molly, Striga, come!
Relax. I'm here about Fabian Meyer, looking for his killer.
That's altogether different. Sit, you stupid mutts, lie down. Come on, come on then. Slowly now, lest they bite you.
Charming as beasts go.
You daft? Even I'm scared of them. A better barking dog than an evil man at your door.
Got someone particular in mind?
Sure as shite. Bugger who did Fabian in. Soon as they'd hauled his corpse off, I ran to a mate who raises fighting dogs. Bought these 2 mutts. Cost me a chunk of change. But I sleep sound at least.
So who might you be?
The Stiff's brother. Gus is the name. We ran a workshop together. Meyer and Meyer.
What'll it be now? Just Meyer?
Damn it. I'll be closing it down now. As soon as I find a buyer for this shack, I'll head on to Mahakam. Be near my family, or what's left of it. So, what do you want to know? What can I tell you about Fabian?
Tell me what you know about the murder, in order, in detail.
'Twas like this. Had some work in Oxenford, and I was coming home. Saw a plume of smoke rising over the city. Thought to myself, blast it, gonna miss him burn another hag. But the smoke wasn't coming from Hierarch Square. It was coming from here. See the soot stains? That's where they burned our sculptures. Folk gathered round the blaze, and found Fabian here beside it. They'd already loaded him on the cart by the time I arrived.
Talk to your neighbors. They see anything suspicious beforehand? Hear anything?
That's not good.
Not to. But even if they had, they'd not have helped. You know they could have folk give bleeding orphans in the street a wide berth so as not to stain their poor lanes. What do they care about some dwarf?
Do you have save files in different locations? Is that part of it? Or is it just... like, have you changed where files are or what have you?
Your brother have any enemies? Anyone dislike him? Threaten him, maybe?
That's not good. That's gonna be a pain to go find.
It was Fabian who threatened this one last. Oh, you were a good dwarf, a craftsman like no other. But you were an incorrigible whoremonger as well. Whenever we put a bit of coin aside, I'd say, let's buy some tools, quality timber. No, he grabbed the purse and head out whoring. Took to following one in particular. He'd say, "'Tis all your fault, dirty bitch, human dishrag," and other obscenities. Don't rightly know what that was about. Maybe he was in love with her.
Know where I can find her? This dish rag.
City Cemetery. She
That
died a few
fucking
days
sucks.
back,
That's gotta be a
quietly
lot of
in her
work
sleep.
to get to a level
Pont said it
100
fever
from
took her.
54.
Fine. We've talked enough. Need to look around.
Be my guest. Just beware of the dogs.
Bloodstains.
That's where Fabian lay when they found him.
Good. No, yeah. No, that's okay. I don't plan on getting to level 100.
Dragged something heavy. Dragged something across the floor. Statues. Or dragged it from one wall to the other, repeatedly. Statues of the old gods. Nothing but women. Shapely ones.
I can imagine. I just don't tend to do grinding like that. Grinding, this is what I've said in to friends of mine and everything. Grinding isn't fun to me. And when it comes down to it, I am fine if I have to grind a little bit, but for the most part, the way that I see it is experience that I get via doing story and even some side missions should bring me up enough to continue with the game. But that's just me. I don't enjoy grinding. That's part of the reason why RPGs tend to not be something that I go for, even though I want to, because they're always such a big time investment, and it's people seem to enjoy them, especially some big ones. So I just tend to like, I want to get into RPGs, but I don't. Here.
Mind if I go inside the workshop?
I've not even peeked inside since they found Fabian. But I'll open it for you if you want.
More bloodstains, but not near enough to say he bled to death. Unless somebody got rid of the blood, left a few stains behind. Formaldehyde. Doubt Fabian used it. Formaldehyde.
Oh.
Doubt Fabian used it.
I thought that was too...
Furniture got knocked over. This looks like it was kicked.
Alright, so that seems to be all of the... Quit being annoying. God damn it.
Eyes. Humanoid. Completely rotten. Nothing interesting.
I mean, it's... interesting enough, I would say. Alright. Oh man, my nose itches. There we go. To the alley.
Now you.
And then go back to use this. Don't spit at me, bitch.
Hey, handsome.
Human. Priscilla's. A brazier. This time of year?
Hey, sis. That him?
How am I to know? Watch him, see what he does.
Come on, come closer. Damn it.
All right. There we go.
Think you'll gut me too, huh? Up your ass, deviant! Hoes can fight back!
Calm down, I'm not gonna hurt you. What are you doing here?
Getting vengeance. Well, why are you staring? Have you not heard killers always return to the scene of their crime? Me and my brothers are waiting here to give him a warm welcome. For Priscilla. Almost did her in, the whole son.
I know. Here to look for clues and find anyone who might know something.
Fear I can't help you much. But I can tell you what I know.
Priscilla wasn't the sole victim. You aware of that?
Oh, dearie. Of course I was. This didn't start yesterday. Others have died like this before. Beggars, street girls, orphans. But who'd have a drama concern about them? Human rubbish. It's what the guards call us.
Recall any names?
They didn't have proper ones. Baldy, curly, buns. That's what folk called them. No friends, no families. Their bodies were burned long ago.
You and Priscilla friends?
Friends? Nah. But she saw more than a stupid whore in me. Treated me with respect. It mattered. I was looking to give up whoring. Pick up a decent trade. But none would take me. Not as a washerwoman, nor a servant, nor a cook. Felt like a leper, I did. But Priscilla, she was different. Agreed to put me in her play, you see? Lots of the other actors, they were afraid on account of her jesting about the eternal fire. Whistling Wendy on stage, can you imagine it? Well, dream's gone now. I'm back to working street corners.
Sorry to hear that.
You could do worse as work goes. Or so I tell myself.
Have a cabaret.
Take care now. I gotta look around some more. Appreciate it if you didn't disturb me.
Naturally, we'll stand aside, behave. But do tell us if you find anything else here.
I feel like Geralt is now Majima in Yakuza. Just like, hey, I have a cabaret that you can get.
Man's footprint. The murderer's maybe. Weighed on his heel. Took a step back. Murderer fled before the guards arrived. Ran this way.
That's twice now that there's been a concerned citizen sermon.
God, the Reapers come for me.
I don't see if Eustace has got anything, or if I'm gonna have to fucking pay for his... Which I'd prefer to not do. Oh man, we're down to 30 FPS? With a lot of stuttering.
Oi, Witcher! Coroner wants to see you. Been another victim. Told me to say the main door will be open for you. You're to come as soon as you can.
Oh. Oh. What, you hard of thinking? Won't tell you nothing, freak.
Fucking fine.
That hard up for coin? Fine. Have some. Now talk. What did you find on him?
Triflings, baubles, glass-beaded ring, handful of coins, and a letter. Look, vellum, quality parchment that. I'll wipe off the writing and sell it as new.
That's human skin. Priscilla. Next victim's name. If you'd given this to the right person, she might not have been hurt.
What the fuck do I care what happens to some Priscilla? We short of wenches in this town.
Fuck out of here.
Get out of my sight. Now.
I accidentally clicked.
Welcome, Master Witcher.
Geralt, right? I'm glad you're here. Held off on the autopsy till you arrived.
Nice of you, especially given you didn't seem pleased about my previous visit.
Because you came unannounced and in unfortunate company. I also had Reverend Nathaniel to contend with. Our spiritual caretaker has left the city on some important matter, and I know who you are, what drives you. I'm more than happy to aid your investigation.
Not fond of Nathaniel?
Very few people are. He's cruel and capricious. He stormed in here once, grabbed a scalpel I was sterilizing over a burner, sliced my back with it to the bone, because I had forgotten to lock the storeroom. Hard to be fond of someone like that, wouldn't you agree?
Who's the victim this time?
Joris Aquinas, a lecturer in theology at Oxenfurt Academy. Found this morning at his home on a catafalque made of his books.
Any titles in particular?
It seems all the tomes dealt with the eternal fire. Treatises critical of the faith's doctrines.
Yeah, mortal sin in Novigrad. By the way, you and von Gratz don't exactly get along. Why is that?
I had him sent to prison. You see, Joachim led the student protests in 1242, a senseless and brutal revolt. People were dying, Witcher. Those who rejected liberty, equality, and fraternity would be found in the gutter come morning. Their throats slit from ear to ear with surgical precision.
Joachim had been my favorite student, but alas, I had to do something. So I reported him. Then I left the university and found work in the morgue, where none care about my past. Whereas Joachim, oh, fate's ironies. Years later, he was appointed head of the very ward I had founded.
How old's von Gratz? 50? 60?
53, I believe. Why do you ask?
You look a little young to have been his teacher.
Oh, that's good.
Surprising. For
I'm glad
years,
if
I've
you
lived
found
in
it.
the cold and dark, breathing the vapors of embalming fluids. In short, working with corpses extends one's life.
If it's at least closer to 100, then that's at least better.
Let's start.
Gladly. The wounds conform to the killer's modus operandi. The victim was bound and forced to drink formaldehyde. Next, the killer removed the eyes, placed burning coals in the sockets, then opened the rib cage and... What's this? A parchment. Made of human skin.
Good lord.
A message from
How
the
many
murderer.
hours have you put into the
name
game
of his
in
next
total?
Victim. Patricia Vegelbud.
Do you know her?
Yes. Even went to her estate once with... Gotta find her, now.
Oh man. Okay, I knew this was gonna be a lengthier... mission, but fuck this.
Till next time, Master.
I'm trying to get to a spot where I can end the stream. And have it not be like in the middle of something. Yeah, no, that sounds insane. Now, there's a part of this game that I could see the growing levels and the strength that's happening because I've been actually taking the time to somewhat level up. But it is really cool to see all of this happening. Like now I can one-shot certain things where it took me a little bit longer. You know how it is. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this task. If this doesn't end this mission, which I'm kind of thinking it won't, this is where we're gonna end the stream. And if it does, this is the last part of this mission, then we're gonna end the stream. And it just happens to be at a good spot. It just feels like it's not at a good spot right now. Knock, knock.
What do you want?
Need to talk to Patricia Vegelbud.
You think any bum off the street can...
Her life's in danger. Let me in or have her blood on your hands.
If you thought this up, and I'll let you in, we'll throw my ass out the door.
Always thought a guard was supposed to protect his charge, not his ass.
So be it. I'll take you to Lady Vegelbud. Just no trickery. Understand?
Oh, Geralt, what a pleasant surprise.
Not pleasant at all. I gotta see your mother. Her life's in danger.
In danger? Come now. I saw Mother this morning. She seemed sad, true, but in perfect health.
I'm hunting a serial killer, and I've got reason to believe your mother will be his next victim.
Why, even if it's true, our gods.
He's exceptionally cruel when he kills, tortures his victims, cuts out their hearts. So let's see how she is, just in case.
I find this all very hard to believe, but you appear to be quite serious.
Yep.
Please, follow me.
And in what reason would I have to...
A fire
not...
fit for Bellatane, except it's the wrong time of year.
I mentioned Mother seemed sad. Do you remember? In fact, she's in the midst of a crisis of faith.
Come on.
A rather serious one. We'd been to Novigrad. Mother had seen the pyres in Hierarch Square, but had not a word on our way home. She had all the holy books, insignias, reliquaries gathered, taken outside and burnt. Then she locked herself in her room.
We need to hurry.
Oh, that's good. Glad to hear that, because it sounds like that would be a fun character to play.
Hear that? Calm and quiet.
That's disgusting.
We should go in.
That's disgustingly powerful.
You're relentless, aren't you? Fine. But wait here, please. Mother's certainly not in the mood for guests.
Oh! He ran out the other door! Catch him!
Wow. All right. Bitch, out of here.
Spread out! Murderer's still here! There he is! Get him!
Why? Oh, I know why. God, I don't want to kill you. You guys are not... Apart from being annoying to me right now, you guys haven't done anything.
Halt! Or I'll put a bolt between your eyes!
Listen, you got the wrong guy.
Save your trickery! Taking you to the heiress!
Well, killer's already escaped. Lead the way, hero.
We got him, Lady Ingrid. Wasn't easy, but...
Lower that crossbow before you hurt yourself. This man is innocent.
Forgive me. I saw him running. Thought it was the killer fleeing.
I was chasing him, and I'd have caught him if you hadn't gotten in my way.
Out of my sight, at once! Mother! Why did he do this to her? Why?
That seems logical based on what it seems.
Because she blasphemed the eternal fire. Only thing that ties her to the other victims. Ingrid, I know this is a hard time for you, but usually the killer leaves a note on the body. A note indicating his next victim. May I?
Very well. But you should be on your own. I do not wish to see her in this state. I do not wish to remember her like that.
I get that entirely.
And let her be the last victim. Please.
That's the hope.
Bruises, broken fingernails. She defended herself. Must be why it took him longer, and why he almost got caught. Here it is. Sweet Nettie, crippled Kate's. Growing bolder.
Nope, had no
Not
idea.
Just the name, but the place too. Won't get away this time.
I mean, it's a cool mission. Like, don't get me wrong.
Same wounds as the previous victims. Examination would be a waste of time. Gotta get to crippled Kate's, fast.
But it is definitely longer than I had expected it to be. And this is the exact same thing that I've said before, is I love the detail that they've put into this game, and just the amount of stuff that's in here. It's a lot. And it can be overwhelming, which being overwhelming can scare people away from a game. It scares me away from games, more specific. You know, I doubt I'll hit 100. I don't know why I said 70, jeez. But that is a cool idea. Okay. Alright, so we're going... Oh boy. I said that was going to be the last thing, but guess what? I apparently fucking lied because I'm actually really sucked into this mission. This seems like a really good one. You know, as of right now, I want to say I appreciate it, but I don't think so. However, that said, that idea might change based on getting further into the story. Yeah, and I definitely wouldn't touch it until after the end of the game. But I know I'm going to be so much further away from it.
Sweet Nettie, where is she?
Upstairs. But she's with a very important client. Do not disturb them.
Nope, it's disturbing now.
You choose.
Oh yeah, no, I would, a part of me would love to do that. Fucking upstairs, there it is. She's further upstairs. Oh.
Well.
There it is.
No one will hear you, bitch. Not a soul.
You, though? Whole town will hear you in a minute.
Yet again you disturb me, and I so dislike being disturbed. I was to play with sweet Nettie, render her not so sweet, but I shall see to you first.
Okay.
First, gotta tell me why you do it.
For pleasure. Satisfaction.
You are sick. You're very sick.
Achievable with whores in a lot of ways, many traditional. Doesn't take killing them, trust me.
Who said anything about killing? I could stop at a few burns. 3rd degree, but still. This rosy skin will roast quite well.
Spare me your lies. I've seen your victims. I know how they end. You don't stop. Not unless someone gets in your way. Like I'm doing now.
What the fuck are you on about?
Murder. You killed Fabian Meyer, Patricia Vegelbud, and many others.
Bollocks. You're mistaken, vagrant.
Found a message on Patricia's body. Led me here to crippled Kate's. To sweet Nettie. If you didn't leave it, who did?
I don't know. But I see we must talk. Calmly.
Who knew you'd be here?
Strangely enough, I don't announce these outings far and wide. There's but one man who... That's impossible. He treats even corpses with kid gloves.
The coroner. Said you were busy, that you wouldn't visit the morgue. Gotta go after him.
Go. But to Warehouse 12 at the docks. He's there this time of day procuring supplies. Formaldehyde. I shall stay here. I've unfinished business with sweet Nettie. After all, I paid in advance.
Yeah, can't allow that.
Then you'll pay again. For her, for all the other women you've tortured.
Let's end this.
Fuck, that's dark. Alright. Can I, like, actually untie you?
You're free now.
Good. I'm glad I can. Otherwise I was just gonna leave.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. If not for you. He asked if I did everything, and I said, for the right price, of course. And then he smiled. Oh, God, it gave me the shivers. And then he hit me. So hard I passed out.
I'll get some clothes on.
I was bound when I came to. And he was hitting the poker in the fire.
Calm down. He won't hurt you anymore. He won't hurt anyone.
Yeah, essentially, that's kind of the reason why, is like, if he was just there and actually, like, if he just got weirdly turned on by heat, the fuck is, get out of here. Why am I not at the door? There. Like, weirdly turned on by heat, but, like, actually didn't do any damage or anything like that. Just kind of got turned on at the thought of it. then I probably wouldn't have. But yeah, he essentially admitted to burning in 3rd-degree burns and shit like that. Yeah. You know, some of those finishing moves are... I don't think I just took his head off. I think I cut his whole torso off. But yeah, there's a lot of times where you, like, those last moves end up, like, I know I've gotten somebody, like, down from the shoulder to the waist, and it's like, God, those are disgustingly powerful. I actually don't know the difference between all the degrees of burns. I think blistering is one of them, and isn't like skin peeling another version or another degree.
Run out of formaldehyde. I underestimated you. You almost caught me in flagrante delicto. Now you've seen through my bluff with Nathaniel. Although, you've not divined all, I see. Had you, you would have drawn your silver sword. What are you? A vampire? Higher, of course.
Got a reason for killing? A reason to torture?
I thought you'd figure that out as well. The symbolism's rather obvious. Coals for those who are blind to the fire. The egg of a salamander born of fire to replace their cold, doubting hearts. Fire down the throat that...
Yeah, symbolism's clear. What's not is why a vampire would kill in the name of the eternal fire.
Yeah.
Should be equally obvious. I concur with the Church's diagnosis. Novigrad is a fallen city. Its population amnesiacs to the very concepts of decency and morality. So I decided to remind them, in a manner they'd be certain to notice.
That's kind of twisted.
Tortured logic.
Yet logic, nonetheless. I'm glad you perceived that, at least. Fight fire with fire, as they say. Give a thought to my victims. A lecherous woodcarver who'd spend his last copper on whores. An old countess who defiled symbols of the faith. A Trebirates for whom nothing was sacred, nothing above ridicule. They did not deserve to live. But their deaths could be a lesson to others. Awaken them, scare them onto the correct path, the path to the fire, to cleansing, to salvation. For you, I'm afraid it's too late. You are a man of little faith.
Yeah.
I sense this.
But I'm pretty good with a sword.
Pretty good. Might not cut it.
I think I have vampire oil. Well, all right. That's not a good start. However, I do have Ignite. Okay. Hold on, timeout. Can I make vampire oil? Okay. Yeah, that's... Oh, that's not good. I can... If I had just had actual vampire oil, I could make the enhanced. But I don't have a way to make the regular vampire oil. Which is very unfortunate. Alright. We're gonna have to...
Come on, come closer.
That and that. Ow. I'll tell you in just a second as soon as this is done. Yeah, Q is the default to cast. F14, I don't actually have an F14 on my keyboard. The F14 has been rebound to this button on my mouse. So here's the left button, and then there's two buttons off to the side here. Those I've rebound to F13 and F14 because I don't actually have those buttons. So, oh yeah, no, and I have an Xbox controller, a PlayStation controller. Like, there's controllers that I could use, but yeah, F14 is actually on my mouse. So, those. Yeah, I could imagine that it would. But I've also, as I stated, I've this sword can go away. I've also put what 25 hours into this game using the keyboard and mouse. All right, I need to get to Dandelion and then hopefully finish up this mission. And then I have to go because I gotta meet up with some friends here in a bit. Meet up being via Discord, but you know.
Howling.
I heard it's the same spot. I heard somebody saying help in the same voice of a Jinjo from Banjo-Kazooie. Who said help?
Ooh. Hey, watch it.
Yeah, most of the stuff is all within all the keybinds are pretty much around WASD. So moving around isn't too bad. The couple things that are a little annoying are I hate using control for the toggle between walking and running. And then the worst thing is backspace for the menu. It is. But I don't think I'm too bad at aiming with mouse. K&M, why am I blanking what K&M is?
How's
better, right?
Yes.
Wow, fuck, she can talk.
Did you take care of what I asked?
Yep.
Yeah. The Witcher's way.
Thank you, Geralt. From me and Priscilla.
Did my part.
Did my part. Your turn now. Take care of her. Good care.
I will. You'll see. Treat her better than the Dryads of Broccolon could.
She's talking again. Nice surprise.
Isn't it? Professor Von Gratz told me her wounds are healing faster than a troll's. Not the most flattering comparison, but encouraging. Maybe she might even sing again someday. For now, we'll try performing as a duo. She'll play the lute, I'll sing. Dandelion and Calinetta. Got a nice ring to it, doesn't it?
Sounds great. Good luck, Dandelion. On stage and off.
Yay! Alright. Now I actually do have to leave because I think we're supposed to meet at 6 and it is currently 6:01. So, for those of you who are watching on YouTube, thank you all so much for watching. I'm Blurry Phoenix, and game on.